I think, if you look at the Indian political landscape in the last, well, 1 or 2 decades, this is perhaps the best chance. It's not for sure that it will be done, but at least he's got the experience, the track record to set things right. And if you look at his policy priorities in the first 3 or 4 months, it's not just about domestic. In fact, he spent a lot of time traveling, both in South Asia, then he went to Japan, he received President Xi Jinping in India, then he's off to the States. So there's a big international aspect, the diplomatic effort he's also trying to drum up as well, other than just economic reforms. Well, I think there are a couple of areas that we think are looking very positive. For example, infrastructure. If you look at some of the physical infrastructure in India is still way behind what is expected. And if you're going to have Chinese companies and Japanese companies investing in India, that infrastructure is crucial. And the reality is both countries have pledged to help with setting up some of those infrastructure. So that's one area. The second area I think is going to be very interesting will be the consumer side of the story, because as the economy continues to grow and the Indian consumers start to get, break out of that low income trap, when they get into the middle income group, that's where a lot of the consumer power can be unleashed. And that's where I think a lot of the consumer goods and services could be very interesting over the next 3 to 5 years. India certainly is one of our preferred markets in Asia, partly because of the domestic story, stable commodity prices, and also the political environment. In Southeast Asia, I think it's more of a steady-as-she-goes type of story. Indonesia, with the new president-elect coming into power soon, he still have to deal with a very fragmented parliament, whereas Modi's got a very majority in his own parliament, and he's going to deal with the fuel hike or fuel price increase as his first challenge. So I think there are some difficulties in Southeast Asia, but it's not a terrible story, but it's more of a steady-as-she-goes story for Southeast Asia.